What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more MLB player props in today's video here over on Prize Picks. Currently on the Patreon, we have a 19-6 run. So we've been very, very good these last 4 days over on the Patreon. So if you guys are interested in joining, I had a ton of different members come over yesterday. Seriously, now is the best time to join so you guys can get it for the rest of the month. A ton of you guys already joined yesterday. Seriously, do appreciate you guys for supporting me. If you guys are interested in some more research and full breakdowns, the link is in my description. Otherwise, I have 2 player props for you guys today. I have a ton more over on the Patreon. Again, the link is in the description. And also, if you guys are not on Prize Picks, I highly recommend joining. Use my code DUMG. Tons of value on this board all the time. And there's just so many different player props on this website, especially when it comes to like MLB or even, they have hot dog eating contests on here. They have NBA Summer League. They have WNBA first half props. They have WNBA, MMA. They even have NFL props already on the board. Racing, all this different stuff is on the board. Highly recommend joining. There's tons of value on the board. Go ahead and sign up using my code DOMG, available in most states and in Canada. That will match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. So for example, if you guys deposit $50, they'll match and give you guys another $50 to go ahead and play with. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop in and talk about these player props because I love these player props on the board today. There's a lot of value right now on this MLB Live player prop board here. So if you guys are on Prize Picks, MLB Live right here, this section right here, you go to strikeouts. It's the combined strikeouts that the player will get in the first 2 innings. So, for example, if we like Garrett Cole to go ahead and go over 2.5 strikeouts, it's between innings 1 and 2. So, but the first player prop here is going to be Kevin Gausman here, over 2 strikeouts against the Tampa Bay Rays between the first 2 innings. We didn't have 3 strikeouts. I think he's going to grab at least 2 here. This is my play of the day here. It's my favorite one here. If you take more of a look into this prop here, his full game line is at 6 on Prize Picks. So it's also, he's at least pushed this in 14 out of his last 15 games. And also the last 12 starting pitchers to face Tampa have also at least pushed this. Or I'm sorry, the 10 out of the last 12 have at least pushed this. We'll take more of a look into that if that was confusing. I'll take more of a look and break it down a little bit. But also Tampa Bay ranks 3rd in K percentage versus right-handed pitchers so far this season. So very, very good matchup for Kevin Gausman here. I believe he's also already gone over against Tampa so far this season. This game right here is starting pretty soon though. It's 12:07 today. It is in Tampa. He's at home, which should be a little bit of an added bonus here. Don't really care about the over/run or anything like that because he's going to pitch 2 innings. I'd be very shocked if he didn't pitch the entire 2 innings. But Gausman here, game log before the 3rd. This is what it looks like here. So you guys can see that he's at least pushed this in 14 out of his last 15 games. The only game where he went under was a tougher matchup. It was against Seattle. But the game before this here, he faced Tampa on May 13th, and he ended up going over this in Tampa with 3 strikeouts. So I'm loving the spot here, 3-2, 3-2, 2-3. He's got an easy matchup against Tampa as well. This has got to be, it's not a lock, man, but like, I hate the word lock with a passion, but like, I'm pretty confident that he'll have at least 2 strikeouts here. I'd be very shocked if he did not have at least 2 strikeouts here. It'd be super shocking. And I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he had like 4 or 5 strikeouts, too. It's just a great look here for Kevin Gausman. It's my player of the day. I love this play. But tail at your own risk, always tail at your own risk. Look into these more on your own. Don't just tail some random guy off of YouTube with your hard-earned money. Go ahead and obviously look into these more on your own. Don't go directly just off of what I say is what I'm trying to say. But Brubacher and Montgomery are the only 2 out of the last 12 pitchers to face Tampa that have gone under this here. So otherwise, up to the last 12 here, Battis, Voth, Montgomery, Contreras, all these guys have at least pushed here. You have Kikuchi here, who had 3 strikeouts against Tampa. This guy blows, and he had 3 strikeouts against them. So, anyways, that's going to go ahead and do it for the first player prop there, Kevin Gausman. That's going to be my favorite one of the day. Again, though, tail at your own risk. Look into these more on your own. I'm in love with that play today. It's one of my favorites of probably the entire year. I'm going to be so sad if that does not hit. But Logan Webb here, I like him to go ahead and go over 1.5 strikeouts here between innings 1 and 2 against the Chicago White Sox today. This one I think is a pretty good look as well. He's at 5.5 right now for full game over on Prize Picks, but I do think that will probably get bumped down to 5. So I do think he'll get bumped down to 5 because he's 4.5 on other sites. But I think he'll get bumped down to 5 or 4.5. So there was a little bit of undervalue at 5.5, but I don't think he's going to. I don't want to play that. I don't want to touch that. Logan Webb has been going crazy. I think there's a lot of value right here, and it's over 1.5 here between the first 2 innings. If you take more of a look at this one, he's hit this in 7 straight games. He's gone over 1.5 in the first 2 innings in 7 straight games. Also, 9 out of the last 10 starting pitchers to face the White Sox have also gone over this. We'll take a look at that. But However, this will be a little bit of a tougher matchup compared to Gausman or some of the other guys on the slate, because the White Sox, they rank 19th in K percentage versus right-handed pitchers. But I do think this is a pretty good spot here. Again, he's at 5.5 on PrizePicks currently. I'll probably get bumped down to 5, but where is this game here? So this game right here, Logan Webb, he is pitching at home, which should definitely be an added bonus. I definitely do like the spot here. As well, starting pitchers have been against, I'm sorry, this is Logan Webb's game log before the third. He just dropped 4 on the Reds. Just look at how well he's really done. A really, really tough matchup here against the Mets. He had 3 strikeouts. A tougher matchup here against the Royals. He had 2 strikeouts. Easy matchup. He had 2 right there. Colorado 2, Miami 2, Philly 2. Although we did go on a pretty bad patch here, just for 2 games against the Cardinals and the Rockies here. But although that wasn't in Colorado. But overall, I'm just really liking the spot here for Logan Webb to grab at least 2 strikeouts here, especially if you take a look at the matchup here. 9 out of the last 10 have gone over this year. The only guy losing this is Jordan Lyles. I mean, even like Chase Silseth, I don't even know if I said that right. He had 4 strikeouts here against the friggin' White Sox. I mean, Ohtani had 5 strikeouts. Obviously, that's Ohtani, but still, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings is pretty damn good, I will say. But Berries did go under that. Gausman went over, Stripling, Kemmer, Voth. Austin Voth went over this. So it's the White Sox are definitely strikeout prone when it comes to the first 2 innings. Logan Webb is really good in the first 2 innings. I think that's just a perfect matchup for us here. So those are going to do it for my 2 player props for me. I put quite a bit of units, though, on Gausman paired with Logan Webb here. But again, tail to run risk. You're looking at these more on your own. Don't get all pissed off if these do not hit, because, I mean, I'm going to be losing if those guys hit. So, but yeah, look into these more on your own. Tail to run risk, all that different stuff, man. But again, if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon, the link is in my description. Currently on a 19-6 run. That was also with us getting screwed over twice yesterday, because one guy got pulled super, super early, and also there was also an injury. So, yeah, I mean, really, we've been pretty good this season over on the Patreon. I'm definitely happy with where we have been. I'm looking to continue our little bit of a streak here. I have some more MLB Live props on the Patreon already as well. I have a strikeout prop on the board, and I plan on getting some other props on the board, or on my list as well, over on the Patreon for later today. So I will say I'm waiting for Ashby's strikeout line to come out, because he's at MLB Live right now. I'm definitely looking into him, but he hasn't even had a prop on the board yet. It's definitely really weird. He doesn't have a strikeout prop on the board at all, but he does have an MLB Live prop line out there, so I'm kind of looking into him. I want to wait for that, but I'm definitely interested in Ashby over 1.5 strikeouts for between innings 1 and 2, but I need to look more into this one. I will say that, but that is for just a couple of the player props that I'm liking today. Again, all the other ones are on the Patreon if you guys are interested in joining that. Don't feel like you guys need to. Just subscribe with the post notifications on, especially if you guys made it this far. You guys may as well. Leave a like on the video and subscribe. I seriously would appreciate it. Turn those post notifications on as well so you guys can get in before some of these lines move and before some of these games start, because this one starts in an hour and 6 minutes by the time of you guys are probably, by the time of this recording, and you guys will probably see it like 50 minutes before it ends up going live. But post it on the Twitter as well. But that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys. Best of luck tonight. Tail to your own risk.